We're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Blue Collar Bros podcast. I got a special guest today, Ty Stroia. Ty, what's up, buddy?
Nothing, man.
Let's do a quick intro. Let's start with, what's your name? Where are you from? What did you do outside of high school when you graduated? What's your business name?
Yeah, my name is Ty Stroia. I started when I was, 19, 20 years old in the whole construction deal. But I went to school in Neshannock and went to trade school after that, become an electrician.
Okay, school of trades?
Yeah, school of trades. It was, I think, like a 16-month program. But after that...
16-week.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, 16 months is a long time. Or wait. It was it was about 13 months.
A year and a half. Something like that.
Yeah.
Is that what you went?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Did you go for anything else or just electrical?
No, just that. And then, my work kind of stemmed from there. My grandfather did a lot of construction. Always had me working with him instead of playing with the neighborhood kids, you know what I mean? I was sitting there building the deck, and thank God for him now that he did that because I'd be lost.
Oh, absolutely.
At the time, I was mad, I want to go play with my friends.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I was in third grade, blacktop in a driveway. Neighborhood kids are like, can Ray come play? I'm like, no.
I'm just waiting for the okay.
Blacktopping today.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just how you grow up.
It is. It really is. Nowadays, it's different.
Oh, yeah.
I was working at the age of 15. Nowadays, get a 15-year-old to cut the grass is even harder,
Oh, you're telling me. So, when was the first time what's your business name?
I'm under Stroia Construction, and I have the rentals.
Okay. And you just made a huge purchase, or investment?
Yeah, I bought a few multi-unit buildings. Each unit has 14 units in them. And then I used to do the single-family houses, and then I kind of stemmed away from that. I got a couple left and do a couple flip houses here and there. But
okay, so you consolidated most of them to buy a multi-unit rental.
I had about 12 units. And it was just getting too much. They're scattered all over the place,
Yeah.
I learned out by having the most units under one roof, that's the more income you're going to make.
Oh, yeah. In one trip, if there's issues at multiple units, you can knock them all out in maybe a day.
You got one roof, you got one hot water tank, one property tax. Now you out here, you have 12 units, now you have 12 property taxes, 12 insurance payments, 12 roofs, 12 hot water, it adds up.
Oh, for sure.
So that was something I was told years ago.
Just kind of sunk in now. Well, that's funny you say that, I was told that years ago because when we first met, I think I was about 21, 22, and I remember you bought that house kind of across the alleyway.
Yeah, we were neighbors down there.
Yeah, south side. And I remember you kind of your business model was kind of buy the house, kind of work on a room or two to get it livable.
Right.
Is that how you did it?
Yeah, because like I said, I was young. I was 19, 20, so I was trying to get out of the house as well too,
Right.
So, but I bought 3 houses out of the tax sale, and that's how it all
for a total of what?
started.
Around
Roughly, I think it was the repository sale, and I think they were all about $700, and then you had to pay a little fee. So it was almost, I think it was $2,700. I bought 3 houses.
For 3 houses. Yeah.
I mean, that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Literally.
It was a while ago. Well, I used to tell people, and my brothers especially, because when you're young, you don't care where you're sleeping,
No.
And you could sleep on your mattress could be shitty.
Right.
You bounce back quick. Especially, even if you have a house with only a room or two, buddies come over. That's the hangout spot because most people don't have houses.
See, that's how my house always was. We all used to come over and hang out at my house because we were young.
Yeah, where else are you going to go?
Right.
So you'd buy a house and you'd remodel a couple rooms so it was livable. Yeah. And then you'd pretty much live there and fix it up and then once you fix it all up, what'd you do? You listed it?
Yeah, I try to sell it and then go on. Like I said, when I bought the 3 houses, that was my goal, was to try to fix up one livable, get the other one sold, and then just kind of snowball from there.
And that's how you did it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, that's how I started.
Kind of work towards plan.
Now, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I always used to tell them, man, I did it wrong because I went to my parents' old house. We still had a property on the south side. Fixed it up. We sold that. I moved into my grandpa's old house. That's where we were, like neighbors. That was my grandpa's old house. But my parents owned those, so I was just kind of like fixing it up for, you know, while that was my rent is fixing it up. But like when I left, I didn't have any equity. You know, I was just kind of happy to be out of the house because the same thing.
Absolutely.
Like, people are coming over, hanging out. You know, you go to the bar, you got a place to come back.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, you definitely did it right. So you 100% work for yourself now?
No, I do. Yeah, I was working for a company for a while, and it was, you know, late nights, long weekends. It was just killing me, to be honest. And I was trying to get it to work, and it just wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nights I had a flip house. I left literally at 2 o'clock in the morning, went home, slept for 2 hours, went back at 4 a.m. because I had cement coming at 6. Mm-hmm. So it was just like, there's sometimes your time frames don't line up.
Yeah.
And you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you're scheduling your life around.
It's hard.
When these trades could come and do it.
Right.
That's tough.
It's hard to line up everything. I mean, you got inspections, you got to line up. People don't understand. It's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes, I still don't know everything, but, you know, through the years, you learn a lot of things that help you along the way.
Oh, yeah, because if you can't get that cement truck there on Tuesday, you might not see it again for a week and a half. Or same thing with the inspections. Like, everybody has such tight windows.
Yeah, so I mean, you got to line up, you know, different contractors and different people and jobs just to make the ends meet, and it's stressful.
Okay, was this always the goal? Or did you have like an idea when you first bought those 3 properties, like, man, this is what I want to get to, or are you still?
That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, I did. And, you know, coming out of high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And then
nobody does.
I went to,
Yeah.
And I went to be an electrician. I liked it. I did it for a couple of years. And then I got into some property maintenance. And I did all kind of different things. But yeah, my ultimate goal was to have, you know, properties and do that.
I always tried it with my professions. Like, everything should be a stepping stone for the future, right? Like, no matter what job you go to, at least try to take one thing from it to build. I'm sure, like, being a property manager, like, I mean, that had to be such good training for what, like, you eventually got into.
I mean, I worked at the Crestview Gardens there for a while. I mean, that place was a little rough at times, but like I said, then I moved on to these next apartments, and I had like 84 units I took care of all by myself. And
wow.
Yeah, it was a lot to juggle, but it got done.
What kind of skills or connections? We touched on a couple of the skills. Have you made any connections that really made like this goal achievable?
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
I know, like, most of it, the people you meet along the way, you know, you build those relationships, and then these opportunities kind of find you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't be near as successful as I was if I didn't have the people around me, you know. For instance, you know, like my drywall guy, Adam.
Yeah.
You know,
great connection.
Oh
right. My God.
So, you know, he's there when I need him and this and that. And I have a bunch of buddies in the business. We all help each other out, and it works, you know. So, yeah, it's a lot of who you know, who can help you paint. Like,
yeah.
People, sometimes you need 3 and 4 different resources to pull something off.
Is that Amish guy still coming painting houses for you?
No. Funny story is he actually switched around.
Oh, really?
He's back to normal.
Oh, non-Amish.
Non-Amish. He's one of us. Yeah, it was something crazy.
You know,
but I do have guys that work for me.
Okay.
A couple of Amish guys, about 3 or 4 of them. And we do very well together.
Yeah.
Them guys,
they work.
A lot of work.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's crazy, like, you know, they're Amish, but they're calling you on cell phones. They're getting rides to work, like.
It's crazy, like I said. But they are, like, the best guys I have that work for me.
Yeah.
And they'll do anything, and they're happy about it. You know?
You treat them good, they treat you good.
Absolutely. And we've had a long relationship, and they've helped me out, too.
When you first started getting into like these like tax sales and Did anybody show you the ropes? Like, how did you get into it? You just kind of heard about it and like...
Well, it's funny because I used to work at a pizza shop, Augustine's Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Since I was like 15. That's when I started working there. And the one lady used to work for the tax office down there, which she still does, actually.
Yeah.
And we just were talking about it, and she brought me the tax list. And I'm like, oh, they sell these houses for $700 once they go into the repository. And I'm like... What's $700?
Blew my mind. You're the first person I ever heard like bought a property for that, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, like
you can buy houses.
I mean, now, like I said, it blew up.
Oh yeah.
Before we used to go to the sale, and there was like
nobody there.
And then it got to the point where there's all these people from Boston coming in, and I mean, they were riding the same van, and then they were bidding against each other just to like jack the prices up, and I was just like blown away. And that was like the last year I went.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's going to be another good year down there this year for the tax sale, but I'm not going to the sale.
Not interested.
Nah,
you got a lot going on now.
Right.
So how busy does that unit, how busy do you think it's going to keep you? Like, is this going to be like an everyday thing?
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring everything up to, a higher standard. Higher quality of living. I'm doing granite countertops, vinyl floors.
Oh wow!
Things to bring a nicer group of people, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people that want to take care of it. You see something nice, you have a better chance of taking care of it than you see something that's a little shitty. Then,
if you walk in and it was already shitty when I got here.
Right.
Whatever, they don't care.
And everything. I'm always about where you spend your dollar. That's another thing that people don't understand. It's, you might have this money to put into a house, but if you use it the wrong way, it can hurt you.
Oh.
You have to know what you're doing, where to spend the dollar, where to save the dollar.
Yeah.
And that's just a trial and error type thing.
As far as like seeing different things that really catch the buyer's eye, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. There's a lot of people, they like the open floor plan, and, there's just a lot of things that people, color schemes, they're a big thing.
Yeah.
Just cleanliness. And it's some of the things that these people post for rent. It's like, I would be embarrassed to even, show somebody that.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Oh, just looking at houses, when we were buying houses, it's crazy some of the stuff you see where I walk in and I'm like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm like the first 30 seconds, I'm like...
you want to walk in, you want to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
In there. You want it to smell good.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that right off the bat, if you walk in the house stinks, all right, you're ready to leave already before you even seen it.
Yeah.
You walk in and it's 90 degrees in there, there's no AC, you're like, how am I going to live like this?
Right.
So there's a lot of different factors you gotta put into play.
Okay, let's see. So we covered some of this stuff. Are there any mistakes or blunders you made like along the way that really taught you a lesson?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's, like I said, we bought these 3 properties when I was young.
Yeah, tell us about Hamilton Street.
Yeah, the funny thing was, like I said, I bought it off the courthouse. So I'm thinking, okay, free and clear, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I bought the house here. My buddy Tony Andrews actually called me. I'm pretty sure he was heading down Buzzy's for lunch and says, didn't you own this house? And I'm like, yeah, I did. He said, they're tearing it down. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, here, they went and they tore the house down.
Did they tear it down?
The excavator was in the house, ripping it out when I pulled out. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, cut the machine off. The dude got out. I was like, I own this. And he's like, you're tearing down my house. So then I had to call code enforcement, and it was a disaster. Needless to say, they tore the house down. And, I lost. But
did you get stuck with that bill? The $700?
They tried to stick me. Well, I paid that for the house.
Okay.
That was gone. But I still owned the lot.
Okay.
So, and I actually just sold it.
Did you?
Last week, I did. And that's
to a neighbor or just somebody?
It was an opposing attorney. I actually sold it too after the hearing.
Wow.
Yeah. So she wanted the piece of property. So
you know what? I think isn't there something going on with the South Side? Like if you buy a vacant lot, you get a grant or maybe something like that.
I don't know. I heard something about it, and I don't know. I would just at that point. I end up buying the lot next to it because they said I could build.
Okay.
Well, here when I did that, code enforcement said I had to have a house and a lot to rebuild. And I bought 2 lots and they wouldn't let me rebuild.
Oh.
It was a sticky situation. Then I just got stuck with these 2 lots.
Yeah.
But like I said, they ended up tearing that house down, and I lost right off the bat, and it was...
Yeah, you just paid $700 for nothing.
And at the time, $700 was kind of a good bit of money. I was, 20 years old.
That's a huge amount.
And I'm like, I was just distraught because that was one of the houses that I really liked. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I didn't, know what to do. But like I said, I chalked it up and moved forward.
Okay, yeah. What else could you do?
It happens. There's a lot that goes into it.
Any other big one that comes to mind?
Yeah, I did a flip house, and I did really well on this house. It was one of my favorite ones, but I had $17,000 of unaccounted money that I had to spend on things that were just never even thought about. Not because, I didn't think about it. It was just, that's how things happened.
Okay.
And, the inspector came, the one wall he didn't like, I was trying to build on it, so I had to rip the wall down, dig the ground out, pour a new footer, just to replace the wall because it was like an old garage. And it was just, you don't even factor that into play.
Yeah.
You go look at a house, you're in there, 15, 20 minutes, maybe twice.
Yeah.
And you try to look at everything, but
so you mean you ended up spending $17,000
extra,
more than you intended?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's just, that's part of the game, though. Like, it happens. You get into something, you don't know.
Yeah. Do you pay somebody to do a title search?
Yes.
Okay.
I do title search on it.
Now, is that something you learned over time, or is that something you did from the start?
I always did. I mean, you buy a piece of property, you could be stuck with thousands of dollars that, were lienable.
Yeah,
and
that's
people
something.
Don't even think about that.
When we had Anna on, that's something she really reinforces.
Yeah.
Always do a title search.
Yeah, no, like I said, she's came a long way. She's a good agent.
Okay, let's see. Okay, what's your blueprint now when you buy a property? So back in the day, it was like get in there as fast as possible to live. Now what is it? Now you're pretty much. Are you stationary? You've been at your same house for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been there for a while, so I'm not going anywhere. I just put a big addition on the house, and my blueprint now. It's all crazy, because from day to day, I'm on real estate all the time. I'm always trying to buy something. I'll sell anything if it makes $1. It is what it is. So I have a flip house I'm doing now. I'm kind of taking my time on it. I want to get my home done because I go home and see all the stuff that needs done. Lose my mind.
Yeah.
So once that gets buttoned up, I'm going to hop back on that. But as far as a blueprint, like I said, I don't really have timelines. I just kind of go with the flow now from my day to day. And once I catch up my buildings to the standard that I want them, then I'll be able to focus more back on the flipping.
Okay. So one thing you're talking about, you're always seeing it driving you crazy at home. This is embarrassing. I have these 2 switches that are yellow with a white cover plate.
Oh, drives me nuts.
They are right when I sit down for the rest of the night. They are right in front of me. It's the only time I see them. I sit on the couch, at 8:00 at night, I'm ready to I'm done. I'm unwinding, and there they are, 2 yellow switches. Drives me crazy. I have to change them.
And they've been like that for how long?
They've been since we moved in. And I just don't even think about it till I'm done for the night.
Oh man.
So
do you put the screws up and down?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, you have to.
Yeah.
I did that always when I was an electrician. Make sure I put them up and down. What do you do?
Up and down.
Okay.
Yeah. That's actually what
that drives me nuts.
When we got to the union, we were doing this boot camp thing first week, and the dude was like, "Put your screws up and down." Always, don't even question, because before I was
now it's a habit, huh?
Yeah, now it's
you don't have to. At first, you're like, "This guy's serious." Yeah, I was just with my brother. Start, you're like, "That makes sense."
we were doing salon. They'll be on here soon, and I was like, we were getting done. I was like, "Hey, go put those screws up and down."
Yeah, you have to.
And you know what? It does make a difference too. When you're looking at it and somebody...
Especially if you have a big cover plate with 4 light switches, it drives me nuts. They're all different ways.
Actually, Cody, we're missing him tonight, but he was like, "Do you always put them up and down?" I was like, "Oh yeah." Got to.
Have to.
Okay. Do you personally manage all of your properties?
Yeah.
Do you think that's something you'll get to in the future where you're maybe hire a property manager?
Yeah, see, I'd like to buy. I'm trying to buy more and more units. You know, I'm always looking if anybody out there has anything for sale.
There you go. Hit up Ty.
Cash, no.
Is your business on Facebook?
No, I am like old school. Internet. I have no
internet.
No, I have internet, but like I said, I get on Facebook
Right, but
not
posting anything.
No, very very seldom. I'm just honestly busy nonstop. Like I don't even watch cable anymore.
Yeah. I
go home if I have a minute. I look on my phone. I'm usually like Marketplace, looking for a way to make money, something to buy, resell. You know, just
it's fun though. It's like it's a weird version of fun.
It is, and it's rough, but
so you think so eventually you want to like maybe get to a point where you're kind of like chilling and having
see, and that's why I'm trying to build these businesses up. Now I'm cutting the grass, I'm doing the cleaning. I mean, my girlfriend helps me tremendously. God bless her for even putting up with me.
Yeah.
But like if it wasn't for her, I'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
She really does do a lot of good things for me. But yeah, I would like someone else to be able to cut the grass, to do the snow plow while I'm sitting back, relaxing. I want to spend more time with my family and my son now while he wants to be around me.
Right.
And that's kind of why I quit my job, because it was so hard to balance. I'm coaching baseball out here. I'm running the football practice, trying to get the flip house done, trying to get my work, done at work. And it was too much.
Yeah. Definitely that personal freedom is worth it.
It is. Yeah. And if you can do it, God bless you, do it. And that's what I would tell people,
Yeah.
If you're motivated enough, you can do whatever you want. There's money out there. You can make it however you want. I'm tired of the excuses.
Yeah, it's an effort thing. It's with anything. I mean, if you want to make the podcast huge, you got to content every day. If you want to, there's definitely money out there to be made.
It's all about how hard you work and how hard you want to try to keep raising that bar. You know?
You ever think about Airbnb possibly in the future? Have you ever dabbled in that?
I did, and I get like real estate agents that say they sell a house. Like my agent I work with, Carrie, she's wonderful. Me and her do a lot of good things together. But like I said, they sell a house. Well, there's people who don't have anywhere to go for a few days.
Okay.
I always think about that. You should have just a house. Yeah. Just save it for the people that need sell, 3 days, 4 days, or 2 weeks, a month.
That's not a bad idea.
And just, do something like that. But yeah, that Airbnb.
It's getting huge.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you own any properties up towards Pittsburgh?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, everything right now is local. I passed up an opportunity down in Myrtle Beach down there. I was going to buy one of these houses, and you can put that on the list. I'm sick about it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I could have got it for like $260. They're renting it out right now. It's like $8,000 a week.
Wow.
A week.
Wow.